For decades, millions of people believed life followed a predictable formula: get an education, work hard, build stability, buy a home, save money, retire peacefully. This idea became known as the middle-class dream, and for many years it felt realistic. Ordinary jobs could support families, homes felt achievable, a stable life felt possible through consistent work. But slowly, something began changing. Today, many people work constantly, yet still feel financially unstable. A person can have a full-time job, qualifications, experience, long working hours, and still struggle with rent, debt, savings, rising costs, financial anxiety. And perhaps one of the biggest economic changes happening quietly in modern society is this: stability itself is becoming harder to reach. For previous generations, middle-class life often provided a sense of security, not extreme wealth, but enough stability to plan for the future with confidence. Many people could reasonably expect affordable housing, long-term careers, savings, retirement security. But modern economies changed dramatically. The cost of living increased almost everywhere. Housing prices rose sharply. Healthcare became more expensive. Education costs increased. Daily expenses expanded. At the same time, many wages failed to rise at the same speed. As a result, millions of people now feel trapped between rising costs and limited financial growth. This creates a strange contradiction in modern life. Technology advanced, productivity increased, societies became wealthier overall, yet many ordinary people feel more financially pressured than ever before. Perhaps this is why financial anxiety became so psychologically common. People fear losing stability, unexpected expenses, economic downturns, never owning property, working endlessly without security. Because the modern economy increasingly feels unpredictable. Younger generations feel this especially strongly. Many grew up hearing promises about success, opportunity, financial progress. But adulthood often feels very different from what they expected. Even with education and hard work, many struggle to achieve the stability previous generations considered normal. Home ownership now feels distant for many people. Starting families feels financially risky. Saving money feels difficult even for disciplined workers. And because social media constantly displays wealth and success publicly, financial comparison intensified dramatically. Modern culture still promotes the idea that hard work guarantees stability. But many people quietly feel exhausted trying to reach goals that seem increasingly far away. This creates emotional frustration, because human beings naturally expect effort to create progress. But when people work constantly without feeling secure, hopelessness can slowly grow psychologically. Perhaps this is why burnout became so common in modern society. Many individuals no longer work only to improve life. They work simply to maintain basic stability. And emotionally, there is a major psychological difference between building a future and constantly trying to avoid falling behind. The disappearance of the middle class also affects society emotionally. Financial instability changes relationships, mental health, confidence, future planning, emotional security, because people struggle to feel calm when survival itself feels uncertain long term. Interestingly, the middle class represented more than income alone. It represented predictability, the belief that ordinary effort could create a stable and meaningful life. And when that feeling weakens, entire societies begin experiencing emotional uncertainty. This does not mean opportunity disappeared completely. Some people still achieve financial success, but many increasingly feel the economic system became less forgiving than before. The gap between stability and struggle feels thinner, and millions quietly fear slipping financially despite working harder than ever. Perhaps that is the deeper anxiety modern economies created. People are no longer only chasing wealth. Many are simply trying to hold on to stability itself, and maybe that is why financial pressure feels emotionally heavier today than previous generations expected. Because the fear is no longer only about becoming rich. The fear is slowly becoming, what happens if even an ordinary stable life becomes unreachable? So let me ask you, do you think middle-class stability is becoming harder to achieve in modern society? Let me know what you think below.